Hi. Hello. Hey. Okay. Fasting. God, I've got so many things on my mind, guys. I have got way too many things on my mind. Mastery of health. Inbound. Nigh on 3 years now. I'm really stepping up the game, really connecting the dots, written 2 books, got many more book ideas to come, many more connecting dots, many more masteries. My last post was on type 2 diabetes, polyvagal theory, meditation, yoga, more fasting. There's a lot of shit that has to be learned and done, mastered, which sounds intimidating how much I've got, but actually no, I'm really excited about connecting the dots and knowing nothing right now, and all that's to come, and all the books I'm reading, all the experiments I'm doing, and all the shit I'm figuring out from podcasts. I've upgraded my listening big time. Only 2 weeks ago I started listening to health podcasts instead of being on YouTube and watching in my room, because outside I can't access the internet. Funnily enough, what I started to do is to get an MP. I had an MP3 player. I listened to my brainwave. Now I've started listening to health podcasts. That's really important. Health podcasts to YouTube. So YouTube, I put onto MP3 player and listen to loads of health podcasts with contrary information. People I know that have got good information. I think I'm interested in. It's very cool. Anyway, kind of digressing there on my excitement with the journey, which is cool. So, really quick video. Fasting. Now, here's something you'll hear quite often from people even in the health community, experts in the health community, that don't approve of fasting. Not to name any names, but Matt Blackburn, the divine superconductor, is one of them, who's against fasting now, for this reason that I've written in the heading. Stressful. Fasting is stressful, so don't do fasting, Now, here's the thing with fasting. It really does increase. This is a fact, not unfortunately, but you have to understand that there's more going on than what I'm going to say. Fasting for a long time, like 1, 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, it does elevate your cortisol, your stress hormones, your cortisol, your adrenaline, your noradrenaline. In America, you call it epinephrine, norepinephrine. We call it adrenaline and noradrenaline. It increases your cortisol stress levels. This is a fact. You can prove it. If people get the blood work done, 24 hours into a fast, 48 hours into a fast, 72 hours into a fast, there is a correlation between the stress levels in the blood are higher. So therefore, people like Matt Blackburn, the divine superconductor, who, by the way, has his own podcast and has a big following, is an expert, apparently. He's got loads of good information. I'm not bashing on him, but he's wrong about fasting. And he shouldn't be wrong because he's done loads himself. So I'm going to call him out a little bit for this one. But yeah, he's right that it does. So therefore, he also says that it lowers the immune system, blah, blah, blah. But listen to this. So fasting does increase stress hormone levels. But nature has designed fasting to heal us, and not even to heal us, for our most powerful activation of the human avatar. That's why dry fasting is so fucking incredible, doing it for 16 hours, 20 hours, 48 hours. And urine fasting and juice fasting is incredible. Nature's designed it so that, on the one hand, you've got more stress from stress hormones going up when you fast, eat nothing, drink nothing, or just juice or urine or whatever. But here's the thing. The balance comes, and why do you feel amazing when we fast? If it's true that the stress hormones do come up, why do we feel amazing fast? Well, I'll tell you what does happen when we fast. What happens is something called the vagus nerve, polyvagal theory. I don't know if you guys have heard of the vagus nerve. I don't know if you guys have heard of heart rate variability. It's a vagal tone, vagus nerve. Guess what happens to that shit when you fast? So we can prove the stress hormones go up, but we can also prove that when we fast, the vagus nerve gets a major activation up. The vagal tone increases majorly. The vagus nerve gets activated. What does the vagus nerve do? It's the part of the parasympathetic nervous system which relaxes you. So increase in vagal tone, more activation of vagus nerve, relaxation. Relaxation! Not stress, the opposite of stress. Holy shit, nature's amazing. So there's that one, and there's also your heart rate variability grows up. That means that instead of your someone with a low HRV would have a steady heartbeat. That is bad because it can't. From stress, you want your heart to be able to go high, low, depending on the situation. So you want a high heart rate variability, but people that people that are stressed and disease they have a low HRV. But how do we increase, more into the point, how do we increase high heart rate variability? Well, the one way is something called fasting. So fasting increases heart rate variability, which is a major indicator of all things healthy within the human avatar. Absolutely major. Okay? Fasting also increases vagal tone, increases the vagus nerve activation, which relaxes the body. And therefore, with a simple shoot you in the gun, Matt Blackburn and anyone else that says fasting is dangerous because it increases stress, and they say, well, fasting makes you more stressful because the stress hormones, you just blow out the water with, the truth that it increases heart rate variability, increases vagal tone, and increases activation of the vagus nerve. All of those activations of the parasympathetic, the relaxation, rest and digest. That's why we feel amazing when we fast, when we're relaxed. We feel amazing because that is relaxing. Fasting, why do you not feel as stressed when you fast, when you've got all those stress chemicals in your body? Because the parasympathetic nervous system is being activated, and that relaxes the body, lets you chill. Yeah, heart rate variability goes up, you can handle stress better when it comes. And also your vagus nerve. And vagus nerve is a very, very key area of study for people. If you're serious about health, you don't know about the vagus nerve, polyvagal theory, holy shit, you need to look into that stuff. And start doing exercises to activate the vagus nerve. One of them being fasting. So, on that note, that was it. Don't listen to the bullshit of people getting caught up in dogma. Oh, fasting increases stress chemicals. Fasting is bad for you. Going without food off order for 2-3 days is going to kill me. 4 or 5 days. It's unhealthy. And the one I think is a joke is, oh, if I fast for a really long time, it damages my organs permanently. Well, I fasted for a long time and my organs aren't fucking damaged. When I fasted for a long time, when I will do it again in the future, because I'm into health, guess what? When I'm out of it, I don't think, oh, my organs are damaged. What happens when I fast for a long time? My organs regenerate. They go back to their normal size. My thymus gland regrows. My pineal gets decalcified to perfection. My organs start returning to babyhood. That's what happens when you fast for a long time. It doesn't damage your body permanently like Tim Sheaf seems to think with his 30-day fast and all this bullshit. 30-day water fast and fucking damaged himself and, it's crazy stuff. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't. At least from my perspective and my bias at this moment in time. As I charge on my journey. I'll let you know if I die. Or if I degenerate, and I'll just exit quietly from Facebook and the health community on here and never talk again because I did too much fasting, died, and got injured. Alright, thanks very much. That was it. Peace. Thank you.